Okay, we need to create a combo box that lists all the suppliers based on this column here, but I've named this table list, and I want the output to appear in this cell, which is, as you can see up there, I've named supplier ID. So we go over to here, let's insert a combo box, draw our combo box, properties. Two things we need is the list fill range, which is list, and supplier ID is your output or your linked cell. Close that, out of design mode, and there's our four suppliers. Let's say I select 204, it should appear over there. And remember, we can just make this a bit wider. Now, based on selecting this 204, I should be able to find the supplier name and delivery company running a VLOOKUP based on this information, looking at this table, and then referring to column 2 or the end column down here. I'm sure you've done that ample times before. Now, the next thing you need to do is another combo box which lists the style ID, and that's coming from this column here. And I've named this table list 1, and I want the output to appear where I've got jeans 5. I was practicing before, and I've named that style ID. So repeat the same process again, insert another combo box, place it there, properties, list 1, and the link cell is style ID. Close, out of design mode, and if I go to jeans 5, it should appear up there. Now, to get the description, price, supplier ID, and color, which are all across here, you can either use a VLOOKUP, index match, or even an offset. It doesn't really matter as long as you get the right answer. So it's good to be familiar with all three functions on that one. Yeah. Okay, so what we need to do is append data from this sheet, and we want it to appear on our purchase order across here, and obviously it's going to change each time, so it needs to be a relative macro. So if we go back here, let's go to make sure you're on developer, make sure it's a relative macro, start recording your macro, and we need to F5 to B27. Oh, sorry, it should be B28. So F5, if you make a mistake, just press F5 again and go to B28, and then Shift, Control Shift arrow across and then down, and that picks up the whole lot. So Control Shift arrow, copy those, go across to the purchase order, F5 again, and this time we go to C20, which is the top of the list. Make sure there's something in there, otherwise it won't work for you, and control down takes it to the end. One more, and make sure we paste special paste or paste value down like that, remembering that these numbers are going to change according to what you put in. Okay, whilst we're still on this page, we might as well do the sum now, and that simply equals sum all of the sizes that you've got, close brackets, times the price per unit, $625, and drag it down. Remember, all the way to the end, because you might have more in there a bit later on. Increase that, and if we go back to here, we need to insert a button, form button, so I might put it there, assign the macro, and hopefully it should add more to it. Okay, last thing you need is supplier ID again, and because it comes from supplier ID over here, we can just run an equals SUPID, and then again from that you can run VLOOKUPs to find your supplier name, address, etc., and from this table. And that's pretty much your purchase order.